So, welcome to all of you. Suswagatam sarvebhyaha. Sriman Venkatanatharyaha Kavitarkika Kesari Vedantacharya Varyo me Sannidhattam Sadagridi Ramanujadaya Patram Jnanavairagya Bhushanam Srimad Venkatanathāryam Vande Vedantadeshika. So let me recite the first verse of the Sri Padukasahasram. Santas Sriranga Prathija Charanatrahana Shekharaha Jayanti Bhavanatrahana Padapankajare Namaha. Let me also recite the second one of the first Paddhati, Prastava Paddhati. Bharataya Param Namostu Tasmai Prathamo Daharanaya Bhakti Bhajam Yadupajna Visheshata Prathuvyam Prathitova Raghava Paduka Prabhavaka. I think we stopped at this point, namely 12th verse from the 4th Paddhati called the Samarpana Paddhati of Sri Padukasahasram of Sri Vedantadeshika. So let me read it again. Padambujat vigalitam paramasya pumsaha Padambujat vigalitam paramasya pumsastvamadarena viniveshya jata kalape Angi chakara bharato manipādarakshe Ganga adhi rudha shiraso girishasya kantim. So let me spread the words so that we can easily understand. So pada ambu ja padambujat vigalitam paramasya pumsaha tvam Adarena viniveshya jatakalape angi chakara bharataha manipādarakshe ganga adhi rudha shirasaha girishasya kantim. So let us have the prose order, Anvayaha. And as requested by one of the participants earlier, we will also give you a summary of the verses at the end of every session. Now, let us take the subject of the prose order, namely Bharataha. Bharataha, the main verb of the sentence is Angi Chakara. Bharataha Angi Chakara. Unlike the English grammar style, we will have the verb at the end only instead of the second word in an English sentence. The subject will be in the first as the first word of the sentence, and the second one is verb in English, whereas we take the verb in the last position. So here, what did Bharata do? So by Bharataha Angi Chakara, let us take the prose order. Tvam Jatakalape Adarena Viniveshya. So what kind of tvam? So Bharataha Padam Paramasya Pumsaha Padambujat Vigalitam Tvam Adarena Jatakalape Niveshya. He Manipādarakshe. You can ask, address the Padukas, the divine sandals at any place. So you find, so He Manipādarakshe Bharataha Paramasya Pumsaha Padambujat Vigalitam Tvam Adarene Jatakalape Niveshya Gangadhiruda Shirasaha Girishasya Kantim Angi Chakara. So this is the way in which we have the prose order. So if you want, I can repeat. Bharataha Paramasya Pumsaha Padambujat Vigalitam Tvam Adarena Jatakalape Swajatakalape Viniveshya He Manipādarakshe Gangadhiruda Shirasaha Girishasya Kantim Angi Chakara. Having taken the divine sandals from Sri Rama, from the forest, And you now understand Bharata's head is being praised by Vedantadeshika. In another 3 verses, you will find that the head of Bharata, because he was not head of the country, was appreciated. And when we saw in the second verse of Prastava Paddhati, Yadupajyam Asheshata Prithiviyam. He declined to rule over the entire universe, and therefore he got famous. So we will see the meaning here. So Bharata, the very name, as I told you earlier, the meaning, one is responsible man, Bharata, and who is also bearing the brunt, Dhuram we say, Dhuram Vahan. So he is also taking the responsibility of the kingdom, but not occupying the post. This is where many of us differ from him. We want post and we don't want responsibility, but he wants responsibility and no post, no padavi. Sanskrit word, padavi, that we say in Tamil also. So he didn't like padavi. So that is, of course, reasons are there, but we shall tell you. So Bharataha, the subject, namely the brother of, even the word brother has got Bharata. Brother means Bharata. Bhrata means Bharata. You will hear from Ramayana, Rama's own words, Deshe Deshe Kalatrani. You can find women everywhere. Deshe Deshe Kalatrani. Deshe Deshe Cha Bandhavaha. You can find relatives in any place. Whereas Tam Desham Na Pashyami. Tam Desham Tu Na Pashyami. I have not seen a place where Yatra Bhrata Sahodaraha. A brother is not a blood brother. He is not born of the same womb, say from Kausalya. But still, he was so affectionate like a blood brother. When we say cousin in English, it means lot. It means a lot of relations. But here, we call it a step brother. But he was not a step brother, but he was like a real brother. Rama tells these words towards Lakshmana. That is very important. Lakshmana normally was thinking high of himself, and in order to subdue his pride, he said, Bharata is better than you. Now, so here, Bharata, what did he do first? He took you, Tvam, He Manipadarakshe, O gemmed divine sandals. Tvam, you. So how did he take you? Adarena, with respect. Adaraha means respect. So when we write in a letter, we say Sadaram. At the end, we write respectfully yours. Sadaram. So Adarena, with respect, what did he do? Vinivesha, he placed. Not only play Nivesha, it's Vinivesha. That means placed perfectly, so that it will not fall down. The divine sandal will not fall down from the head. But what was on the head? Jata Kalape. Jata, matted hair. Jata is matted hair. Kalapa is a heavy amount, or what you call locks of hair, or lots of hair, L-O-T-S or L-O-C-K-S. So Jata Kalape. Kalapaha generally means best in Sanskrit. Jata Kalape, you have best matted hair. And you know, Bharata lived a life of a sage. He wanted to live like Rama in the forest, and therefore he did not enjoy the royal pleasures of the capital city, Ayodhya. In fact, he went to Nandigrama to have his stay. He placed the divine sandals on the throne, and he felt that only the Padukas, the divine Manipada Raksha, was the ruler of the kingdom, and so on. Where from did he get this Paduka? So Paramasya Pumsaha. Now, who is Rama? Rama is the Almighty. Rama is only an incarnation. And you will find that in future how Rama is. So, Paramasya Pumsaha, from the primordial highest being, is called Paramasya, is highest being, noblest being. There is no one above him. He is called in scriptures Nissamaha, Nissamaha. There is no one equal to him. Na Abhyadikaha. Nobody is above him, nobody is equal to him. We also say another scriptural sentence, Na bhuto na bhavishyati. Though the name Rama is popular because of three people, Parashurama, Balarama, and Sitarama. Rama is, Rama, the word has got beautiful meaning, but this Rama is unique. It is extraordinarily significant. The name is extraordinarily significant. So Pumsaha, meaning what you call Parama Purushaha. So Parama Purushasya, both words are in Shakti Bhakti, genitive case or possessive case, Aram Vetrumai. Of the Lord, Almighty, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, the leader of the entire universe. So Paramasya Pumsaha, Padambujat. So don't consider that Rama is only an ordinary human being like us. So let us understand in some occasions, at least from the story of Ramayana, that he is the Almighty. So his feet are as beautiful as lotus. Therefore, Pada Ambujat. Ambu water, Ambujam lotus. Pada is foot. So Padambujat from the feet you can say. Because though it is singular here, though the divine sandals are addressed in singular, you must understand it is only a pair of feet. Pair of lotus feet. From the pair of lotus feet, Vigalitam. Vigalitam in the sense, actually Rama wanted to grant Bharata his divine sandals. And Bharata also wanted them to take to Ayodhya. And therefore, Vigalitam meaning almost slipped. In the sense, of course, not without the knowledge of both, right? Either Bharata or Rama. So that's why we call our footwear as slippers. We have to slip them out when we come into home, and when we go out, we have to wear it. So they are called slippers. And sometimes we are calling them cheap also. The cheaper rate is called slippers. We are using it at home also sometimes, specially. So here, Vigalita, which were given rather, which came out of the divine feet of the Lord, rather Sri Rama, who is the Almighty. He placed the divine sandals on his matted hair. Matted hair is the hair becomes matted or is made matted by what you call milk-like liquid oozing out of trees like, rubber. So this particular tree is called Ingudi. So the Ingudi tree will have what you call it's called hormone, as we say it with regard to our human body. So the hormone just comes out as a liquid form, and it's called it is called the juice. It's called rasaha. So Ingudi rasaha, and then that is used to combine all hairs. So there are a lot of hairs are combined, and what happens is it just acts like a gum. So each hair sticks to the other, and they cannot be separated very easily later. It is what we call, as we say in Tamil and Sanskrit also, Vajra. Vajra is what we call a gum, which is like what we call as hard as diamond. Vajra in Sanskrit also means diamond. we make it through a flower. So Flour, flower. So the Jatakalape, the matted hair, now carries the divine sandals. Now, while he carried the divine sandals on his matted hair looked like Lord Shiva's matted hair. So Girishasya is Giram Ishaha Girishaha and Girishasya. You know that the Sanskrit alphabets came out of the kettle drum, what we call Dakka, from the hands of Lord Shiva. And therefore you have Maheshwara Sutrani. You might have heard about Maheshwara Sutrani, aphorisms of Lord Shiva. Maheshwara Sutrani. This is the first lesson in grammar, as you know. So that therefore Lord Shiva is called Giram Isha, Lord of words, Lord of sounds. So Giram Isha, Girishaha, then so Girishaha is different. His father-in-law is called Girishaha. Himalaya is a name of the father-in-law, namely Himavan, who gave his daughter Parvati to Lord Shiva and so on. So that is Girishaha, Girinam Isha. Don't combine these two words. Be careful in even a single vowel or consonant in Sanskrit. So Girishasya, so of Lord Shiva. So how is the Lord Shiva here? Ganga Adhirudha Shirasaha. Ganga, the Ganges. The Ganges is on the head of Lord Shiva, rather on the matted hair of Lord Shiva. So Adhirudha. So Ganga has climbed. So then Ganga has been controlled actually, as you know, because of an incident where Sagara's 60,000 sons have to be emancipated, and Bhagirath could do it after 4 generations, and therefore so Ganga had to come to the matted hair of Lord Shiva. When the Ganges river, namely Ganga Devi, was very angry, he wanted to destroy everything that came in her way, and she wanted to overpower Lord Shiva also. Lord Shiva controlled the Ganges on his matted hair, rather tied up the Ganges river in the matted hair, and then again on the request of Bharata, humble request of Bhagiratha, he released the Ganga river from his head to the earth. So it was called Mandakini earlier, Mandakini, Akasha Ganga earlier. Then when it came to earth, it was called Ganga. So it got different names, and because it followed Bhagiratha, it was called Bhagirathi. And because it entered into a hermitage of a sage called Jannu, and then again Jannu Maharishi got angry because the river tried to destroy the hermitage, and he sipped the water, entire Ganges water in one sip, and therefore Bhagiratha had to beg again the Maharishi, the great sage Jannu, and then so she is called Jannavi. So they are different names. So Gangadhiruda Shirasa. So Lord Shiva's head is now with Ganga, the Ganges river. Now how come this is compared to Manipada Rakshe? So please imagine, as per Vedantadeshika's writing, namely the Manipada Rakshe. You are going to see another chapter on the pearls attached to the Pada Raksha, the divine sandals. Therefore, you will find that the pearls will look white in color, and that resembles the Ganges water, white river water on the head of Lord Shiva. Now, Bharata now looks like Lord Shiva. That's the point here. So, Bharataha Angi Chakara. He accepted to be Lord Shiva's appearance, to appear like Lord Shiva. Kantim is beauty, the beauty of Lord Shiva. So he accepted the beauty of Lord Shiva. This is the imagination of Lord, Sri Vedantadeshika. in the Samarpana Paddhati in the 12th verse. Let me recite. Padambujad vigalitam paramasya pumsas twamadarena viniveshya jatakalape angīchakara bharato manipādarakshe gangadhiruda shiraso girisasya kantim. Now, this type of what you call comparison also is can be called a figure of speech, embellishment of a literary work. So we have, so here if you want a summary of this, but even this verse by verse I can give you. If you want in Tamil, I shall tell you. So Bharatan, எம்பெருமானுடைய திரு வடியிலிருந்து, அதாவது தாமரை திருவடியிலிருந்து நழுவின அல்லது வந்த வெளிவந்த உன்னை, அதாவது மணிபாதரட்சங்களை, அதாவது பாதுகைகளை தன்னுடைய ஜட்டாமுடியில் நன்றாக வைத்து பகவான் சிவனுடைய, பரமேஸ்வரனுடைய தலையில் எப்படி கங்கை இருக்கின்றதோ அதே போன்ற ஒரு அழகை அவன் ஏற்றுக்கொண்டான். So this is a summary in Tamil. If you want in English again, of course, I told you the meaning by word in English, so we shall go to the next one. 13th one in 4th Paddhati. Avikalam adhikartum rakshane saptalokyaha Raghupati charanena nyasta divya anubhavam abhajata bharatastvām anjasa padarakshe manimakuta nivesha tyagadhanyena murdhana. Now, Vedantadeshika is enamored by the sacrifice of Bharata, the next eldest brother among the four, younger to Sri Rama. And Bharata knew very well before asking Sri Rama to give away his divine sandals. And he knows that the capacity he knew the capacity of the divine sandals, that it would rule the country very well, even sometimes better than Rama or better than Bharata. And therefore, he wanted to ensure the welfare of all worlds. How many worlds? We have been saying that Trayanam Lokanam, 3 worlds. Now we have increased the number, Saptalokyaha, 7 words, a cluster of 7 words. Saptalokyaha. So Rakshane, no, I think I should go to the prose order, sorry. So Bharataha again, the subject of the sentence. The whole of Samarpana Paddhati, Bharata is the hero. Please remember, not even the divine sandals. Generally, divine sandals are the heroines of the entire book called Sri Padukasahasram of 1008 verses, and now Bharata is the hero of this Paddhati. So Bharataha, the subject of the sentence, Abhajata is the verb of the sentence. So we put it last. So what did he do? So Bharataha Saptalokyaha Rakshane Avikalam Adhikartum Raghupati Charanena Nyasta Divya Anubhavam Tvam. You have to add the word Tvam. Abhajata. Tvam is understood. Now let me repeat. So Bharataha Saptalokyaha Rakshane Avikalam Adhikartum Raghupati Charanena Nyasta Divyanubhavam He Padarakshe Tvam is there, sorry. Tvam Anjasa Manimakuta Nivesha Tyagadhanyena Murdhana Abhajata. That is the prose order. If you want, I can repeat very fast. Bharataha Saptalokyaha Rakshane Avikalam Adhikartum Raghupati Charanena Nyasta Divya Anubhavam Tvam Anjasa He Padarakshe Manimakuta Nivesha Tyagadhanyena Murdhana Abhajata. So let us take the meaning. Please come to Srirangam virtually. Bharata has come to Ayodhya. So you can go to Ayodhya also. This is Ayodhya. Srirangam is Ayodhya. Because we find that The Manipada Raksha is here, the divine sandals are here in the Archa form. They were in the real form, what we call Vibhava form in Ayodhya. So from Vibhava, we have come to Archa form. Please note that 1008 verses have been composed and blessed to us in Srirangam from the divine mouth of Sri Vedantadeshika. So you find that Bharataha, a responsible person of the kingdom, what did he do? So he was concentrating upon the protection of all the 7 worlds. Saptalokyaha Rakshani. So what did he want to assure? The people of the 7 worlds. So avikalam, no lacunae, no fault, no error. That means a clean administration. He wanted to ensure clean administration. What you call without bribes, I would say. Without bribes. Vikalam is bad and avikalam is good. So adhikartum, in order to get assured, in order to get the protection of the 7 worlds without any fault, without any error, mistake. So now you understand, Tvam Abhajata. He resorted to you. Abhajata, the word bhaj dhatu means resorting to. You can also say he meditated on you. So Bharataha Tvam Abhajata. He wanted to touch you and take you. So how is now the Padaraksha? How are the divine sandals? Namely, now Raghupati Charanena Nesta Divya Anubhava. Since Bharata brought a pair of divine sandals from Ayodhya, requested Sri Rama to wear them, and then Rama in turn gave them back to Bharata. That is the idea that you must remember. So Raghupati Charanena, Raghupati here refers to Rama, because he is the leader of the Raghus, namely the whole race of kings. And Rama being the Almighty, he is being remembered by any name of the king in the solar race. And therefore we call him Raghupati. We call him Raghavaha. Raghoho Apatyam Puman Raghavaha. The man who is son of, who is a child of the race of Raghu. Raghu was very famous. I will tell you after some time, when time permits, the incident why Raghu is famous, why Kakusta is famous, why some other person who is in the name of Rama is famous. For example, Dasharathi, we call him that. It is obvious to know that he is the son of Dasharatha, and therefore we call him Dasharathi. Okay. So Nesta Divyanubhava. What did he do? The Almighty's power, Anubhava. Anubhava is emotional attachment. It was the emotional attachment, and rather the power of Sri Rama has been placed. Why do we say power? Divya Anubhava, the divine power. So the divine power of Sri Rama, namely as an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, has been entrusted to the divine sandals. Nyasta, placed. Nyasaha, deposit. So Nyasta is to place. So Nyasta is to place. So Nyasta Divyanubhava. So the same emotional attitude, which is divine, because Sri Rama stepped on those 2 divine sandals given by brother Bharata, and therefore, so what did he do? So Anjasa, with devotion. We have many meanings of the word Anjasa. Quickly also, so he did not want to delay. He did not want to tarry along, because already the kingdom is without the king when Bharata left Ayodhya and came to seek the blessings of Sri Rama and his divine sandals also. You have a chapter in Srimad Ramayana where what will happen to a kingdom without a king? What will happen to the nation without a king? Arajakam. When it is Arajakam, Rashtram, what will happen? We have a very big list of what you call calamities that confront a nation without a king. Even in our country, Bharatadesha, normally when the President of India has to be changed or the Prime Minister has to be changed, it is done very quickly. Even what you call in the mutts of acharyas, when one acharya had to leave, so another acharya is appointed within a week. So it's very important that the post must be filled up very quickly. So Anjasa meaning with devotion. So Bharata had high respect for the divine sandals because they are going to rule the kingdom, and in order to assure the protection to all the 7 worlds, so Bharataha Tvam Anjasa Padarakshe, He Padarakshe. Previously he was calling Vedantadeshika was calling Mani Padarakshe. Now it is Padarakshe. Now, anyway, of course, according to the exigency of the meter, he is reducing the letters, syllables. And you know the aphorism in grammar. Ardhamatra laghavena putrotsavam manyante vyakaranaha. Grammarians will always be happy as they begot a son, while they have a reduction of just a half a second or a half letter. The half a second duration is cut off. Then they think that they have begot a son. Putrotsavam manyante vyakarana ardha matra lagave. Just half a second. That is, if you remove one consonant, then they will be happy. So Mani is missing. But Mani is there at the next line. So Mani Makuta Nivesha Tyagadhanyena Murtha. Now, what is the speciality of the head of Bharata? Bharata's head, Murdhan, we say. Murdhan. It's a Nakaranta, Napumsakaliga Shabda. So Murdhana, by the head. So how did he carry the divine sandals? Earlier we saw that he placed it on his matted hair, on the head. Therefore, Murdhana. How is his head? Dhanyaha. Dhanyam. Dhanyam Murdhan. Meaning, lucky head. Fortunate head. Why did Vedantadeshika call this lucky head, fortunate head? Because Tyaga, because of sacrifice. So what was the sacrifice? Bharata did not want the crown that came by tradition from Dasharatha it should have gone to Rama, but Kaikeyi wanted it to come to Bharata's head, but he refused. He declined, and therefore Nivesha, placing, Makuta, crown, Mani Makuta, gemmed crown. So Mani Makuta Nivesha Tyagadhanyena Murdhana, his head is fortunate, lucky, because it did not take up the usual traditional crown of the kings of Ayodhya on his head, and therefore his head was lucky, and therefore even divine sandals considered that the head of Bharata is lucky, and therefore the divine sandals wanted to occupy the head of Bharata. Bharata's devotion knows no bounds, and therefore even divine sandals liked Bharata's head. So you find that Rama, Raghupatihi, has already transferred his divine power to this divine sandals. He also knew that the divine sandals are capable of, very well capable of ruling the kingdom by assuring that protection to 7 worlds. And therefore, you now find the entire meaning in English and then Tamil in summary. So, brother Bharata, in order to assure the protection of the 7 worlds without any deficiency, he took to you, resorted to you, which or who had the power transferred by the divine feet of Lord Sri Rama, and the He Padarakshe, O divine sandals. Bharata accepted, rather resorted to the divine sandals by the head, which was lucky, by the sacrifice of the usual traditional crown, gemmed crown. தமிழ்ல சொல்லணுமானால் பரதன் 7 உலகங்களையும் காப்பாற்றுவதற்கு ஒரு முன்னோடியாக, தவறில்லாமல் காப்பாற்றுவதற்கு முன்னோடியாக, ராமனின் திருவடிகளால் பெருமை பெற்ற, மிகப்பெரிய பெருமை பெற்ற உன்னிடம் வந்து ஆசையாக, வேகமாக, விரைவாக, பக்தியுடன், இறைப்பற்றுடன் வந்து, ஹே பாதரக்ஷே, அதாவது பாதுகைகளே, தன்னுடைய அதிர்ஷ்டம் செய்த தலையால், அதாவது வழக்கமாக அயோத்தியின் அரசர்களினுடைய தலையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ரத்தன கிரீடத்தை ஒதுக்கிவிட்ட தலையால் தாங்கி நின்றான். So that is the Tamil summary. So we can go to the next one, 14. So Iyam avikala yoga kshema siddhyai prajanam alamiti bharatena prathitam adarena Raghupati radhirohan abhyashinchan swayam tvam charananakamaninam chandrika nidjarena. Vedantadeshika concentrates on this Samarpana Paddhati, the 4th chapter, on Bharata, and equally giving respect to the divine sandals. Bharata now is equal to the divine sandal, in the sense the devotion of Bharata is as good as the capacity of the divine sandals. Let me take the prose order. So, Iyam, this is subject as sentence. So, Iyam, Alam, so the sentence is complete with these two. So, Alam has got 2 meanings, I shall tell you a little later. So, Iyam, Avikala Yoga Kshema Siddhyai. Let us take the Prajanam, the first word. So, Iyam Prajanam Avikala Yoga Kshema Siddhyai Alam. This is one sentence. Iti thus, Adarena Bharatena Prarthitam. This is the second part of the sentence. The first sentence, Iyam Prajanam Avikala Yoga Kshema Siddhyai Alam. Iti Adarena Bharatena Prarthitam Tvam. Now go to the third line, third pada, quarter. Tvam Swayam Abhyashinchat. Abhyashinchat is the main verb. Swayam by himself, Tvam Abhyashinchat, he anointed the divine sandals. So how did he do it? He already got it from Sri Rama. Raghupati Radhirohan. Raghupati Radhirohan Tvam. So now come to the comparison in the prose order. So let me say it again. Charana Nakamaninam Chandrika Nidjarena Swayam Tvam Abhyashinchat. So let me complete the prose order now. So Iyam Prajanam Avikala Yoga Kshema Siddhyai Alam Iti Bharatena Prarthitam Adarena. Adarena Bharatena Prarthitam Swayam Raghupati Adhirohan Tvam Charana Nakamaninam Chandrika Nidjarena Abhyashinchat. So this is the prose order. So let us not worry about the prose order. First, let us understand the meaning, and then we can easily form the prose order. But generally, in those days, the Sanskrit professors would always give prose order, so that in those days, it was in Sanskrit medium. The medium of Sanskrit. Sanskrit madhyamena pathayantaha asanna purvam. Now we are taking the English meaning. And therefore, the English or Tamil meaning, by translation, we understand better. So, Iyam Avika. Generally, if you want to understand the Sanskrit commentary, the synonyms will be given. If the synonyms are not understandable, again you go to the dictionary. It's a, what you call vicious cycle. Now here, yam. So yam, when you say again singular, please note yam is this lady. Who is that lady? That pair of divine sandals. Generally, I told you earlier that the divine sandals are in feminine gender, paduka. Paduka in singular, paduke in dual. So you can use either singular or dual. So yam, this pair of divine sandals, prajanam avikala yoga kshema siddhe alam. We just saw the word avikalam in the previous verse. So I'll also show you if you want. Avikalam adhikatvam, 13th. 13th one starts with avikalam. Again, you have the word avikalam, meaning without fault. So without any deficiency, yoga kshema siddhi. Prajanam yoga kshema siddhi. What is the aim of the people? What is the aim of the king? What should be the aim of the king? He must assure the protection of the people, not only protection of the people, rather luck of the people, in the sense the income of the people. And then in the income by the income of the people, he must assure the welfare of the people. So you know the famous quotation from Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. Yoga is, generally yoga can also be called joining, yoga is luck, yoga is combination of two is called yoga. Now combination of wealth with us, that is called yoga. So we earn something and we have to keep them safe. So both are assured by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Kshemam Mahamyam. Getting a luck and keeping it intact, that is also very important. So Yoga Kshemam is assured to the subjects of the kingdom. You mean, please understand all the 7 words. All the 7 words. So Siddhi, for the success, is in Chaturthi Vibhakti, dative case, non-gav metrame. So the subjects must be happy, must be in good welfare, they must be lucky, fortunate. So in order to achieve these two, namely these two twin successes for the people, which will be without trouble. Avikala is without trouble. Today I get 100 crores. I think I'm a miser. I'm saying only 100 crores. What we call in Sanskrit, kripanaha. Kripanaha means miser. So then don't use the bad word to others. So kripanaha. While doing total surrender to the Lord, at Lord's divine feet, we must be a miser. In the sense, we must have karpanyam. That means helplessness. I don't know what to do for me. I don't know how to help myself. This is the attitude that we must possess as the first step, otherwise called arkinchanyam in Sanskrit. Helplessness. Tamil is kai mudal illamai. I have no capital money to invest in a business. I have no business. I have no money to start a business. So that should be the attitude of the devotee while surrendering totally to the divine feet of the Lord. So that is different philosophically speaking. So avikala yoga kshema siddhyai prajanam. In order that there will be no deficiency, rather no reduction in the welfare of the people and the maintenance of that welfare. Suddenly the people are made good and so on, made rich, say, and then again when they become, say, suppose they become poor, then there is no point in the king ruling the king. So the king should assure the welfare and the continuous welfare. That is called yoga and kshema. Welfare must be assured and the continuity of the welfare should be assured. That is and without any fault, without any reduction. One must always progress. People should always go up in progress. So now, what is the nature of these divine sandals? These alam. Alam has got 2 meanings. Those of you who have studied even as even beginners will understand what is alam. Alam means enough, generally meaning enough. So in this context, it means capable. So when you use the word alam as enough, we have to use another word along with that. That is object of this alam in Tritiya Vibhakti, in instrumental case. Moonram Vetrumela use panano. So alam. I just tell you a humor for which all of you must have a laugh. So I was teaching Sanskrit, spoken Sanskrit to many girls in a higher secondary school, and there was a time limit, just like we have in Vyoma lab, so 1 hour. So I start the what you call the 0 hour of the school. So 8:20 I go, and 9:20 I leave the school. And I come back to the college because the bell rings at 8:30 in our college. The school was nearby, and then the students, many students were intelligent, all girls. And then one of them asked me, sir, you wanted us to remind you the time at 9:20. There will be no bell, and therefore we have to tell you that you must leave. Therefore, tell me, sir, one word. You ask all of us to talk in Sanskrit only, not in English or Tamil. I said, what is the word for enough, sir? Podum. So I said, alam. So at exactly 9:20, a girl will rise up and say, alam, sir. Sir, they do not say to Mahodaya. So alam, sir. So alam is enough. So alam bhavatam pathanena. Your teaching is enough. So, yeah, so when they caught hold of that particular word only, they could not talk in Sanskrit fluently because I taught them only for a week. So alam iti, and thus iti means thus. So Bharatena parchitam, requested by Bharata, it is in passive voice. Adarena with respect. We also saw this word earlier, Twam adarena in 12th verse. Twam adarena. So again with respect. So Bharata requested. So what did he do? So abhyashinchat. Who may anointed, rather what you call abhishekaha. The other is called Thirumajjanam, combining Tamil word and Sanskrit words. Thirumajjanam, an ablution, making an ablution, make it take a bath. So Raghupatihi, this is now here the subject of the sentence. So Raghupatihi, Lord Sri Rama. Raghupati is Sri Rama here. Adhirohan, he mounted on these 2 divine sandals. So he took those divine sandals under his feet, divine feet. Adhirohan. Adhirohan means mounted. We don't say climbed up. So he started wearing. He started wearing the divine sandals. Swayam by himself, Abhyashinchat. Rama anointed. Rama made Abhishekam too, Pattabhishekam too, rather what you call anointing as a heir apparent of the kingdom, H-E-I-R, apparent of the kingdom, before Bharata took them to Ayodhya. So Tvam you, Swayam by himself. Rama himself anointed. Whereas Rama could not get anointed because of the boon Kaikeyi demanded. So he had to leave the place immediately to the forest for 14 years, not 1 year or 2 years, 14 years. And now, since Bharata is a very good brother, and he came to receive the 2 sandals, so Raghupati, Lord Sri Rama, anointed, in the sense, he made them holy. He made the divine sandals holy by placing his 2 divine feet. So Adhirohan. Now, how do you say that he anointed? Where was the water to be poured on the divine sandals? This was the water. What was the water? Last quarter. Charana Nakamaneenam Chandrika Nidhyarena. We saw that earlier. Imagine that you are going to, of course, study a chapter on pearl embedded divine sandals. Mukta Paddhati. You are going to see Mukta Paddhati. And whereas here, now as I told you earlier, that there are pearls, white gems in the divine sandals. Now you find here another whiteness. What is that another white color? Charana Nakha Mani now. Charana, the foot, Rama's divine foot. Nakha, the nail. The nail is white in color. You know, all of us have to maintain our nails clean so that our health will be assured. So either hands or fingers of the hand or the toe. Now the foot also should be maintained cleanly. So Charana Nakha, when you see somebody white in nails, then he is understood to be clean. So Charana Nakha Mani Nam. Mani is the gem. So both the gems of the divine sandals and also the nail of the Lord's divine feet, named Rama's divine feet, as they looked white, and it looked like the moonlight anointing the divine sandals. Chandrika meaning orb of the moon. So there are 16 orbs of the moon. You know, it's called Kala, Chandra Kala. Chandra is the moon. Chandrika is the orb of the moon, one part of the moon. 1/16th part of the moon is called Chandrika. So Nirjarena means rill, R-I-L-L. You find that waterfalls in a mountain. So it is like Chandrika Nirjara, the rill of moonlight. So why moonlight? Because it is white. Why it is white? Because of the nails. And also the gemmed divine sandals. White gemmed divine sandals. You find that both the divine sandals are now done Abhishekaha with the white color of the gems of the nails of the feet of Lord Sri Ram. Iyam avikala yoga kshema siddhyai prajanam alam niti bharatena prarthitam madarena raghupatihi adhirohan abhyashinchan swayam tvam charananakhamaneenam chandrika nidharena. If you want again, at the end of the session, you can ask me any doubt. So you have here, these are all what you call utprekshas, poetic fancies of Sri Vedantadeshika, the celebrated author of Sri Padukasahasram. And since we saw, when we read Ramayana, we would understand that Paduka's rule for 14 years, just 14 years, not for many years, just for 14 years, excelled the rule of Rama. We are not going to discuss what was the fault what the fault was in Sri Rama's rule. We will read it from Ramayana. Whereas Bharata's appointment, rather, Bharata appointed the divine sandals on the throne in his place. Therefore, he sacrificed his own post, his position, and then he favored the divine sandals. So much devotion that he has towards the eldest brother, rather elder brother for him alone, and Bharata being the incarnation of the conch, Shankham, otherwise called Panchajanyam, in the hands of Lord Vishnu. Of course, philosophically speaking, a paraphernalia, that is the ornament, rather a weapon. Panchajanyam is a weapon. Panchajanyam is to annihilate the enemies of the devotees of Lord. And therefore, just by blowing, and you will have a lot of names of conchas in Bhagavad Gita. You find that Panchajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Poundram Dadno Mahashankam Bhimakarma Vrikodaraha Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha Nakula Sagadevascha Sughosha Manipushpakau. These are the names of conscience of the 5 Pandavas and Lord Sri Krishna. So you find the names of weapons also. The weapons, they are not called weapons as it is no numbering 5 in the hands of Lord Vishnu. So these 5 weapons, Panchayudhani, are only ornaments. And ornaments are beautified by Lord Vishnu rather than the ornaments beautifying the Lord. The Lord is already handsome, and Lord makes the weapons as ornaments and makes them more beautiful by his wearing the. There was one Parashara Bhattar in Srirangam who could talk with Sri Ranganatha directly, and he said in his book called Sri Gunaratna Kosham, he said that, O Sita, O Mahalakshmi, O goddess Ranganayika, your husband bears all these 5 weapons only for your sake. He did not transfer the burden to you. He holds all the 5 weapons within himself, and he protects in your position. That is what you call in your guise. That is why he takes your role and protects the people. So we are going to see much greatness of Ranganayika and Sita. I mean, they are one and the same. Just like as you see, Rama and Ranganatha are one and the same. I think time for questions, and I am happy only because 40 participants are there and 2 are leaving. And if when you like it, so you please come in time. See, you cannot blame me for my delay because the teacher, so-called teacher, guide can come late. No concession to the teacher in Vyoma lab also. They also expect me to come in punctually. Therefore, please come when you are ready to hear Padukasahasram. Please come punctually. Let me conclude this session by what we call the last verse of the Sri Padukasahasram. Sri Vedantadeshika has high regard for his previous preceptors, former preceptors, and he has not seen 3 important preceptors, Natha Muni, Yamuna Muni, and Ramanuja Muni. So this Munitrayam was not seen by Vedantadeshika. In spite of that, the Vedantadeshika has got high regard for them, and he studied all the 9 books of Sri Ramanujacharya, and he says at the end, Jayati Yatiraja Suktihi. Jayati Yatiraja Suktihi, Jayati Mukundasya Paduka Yugali, Tadubhayasana Trivedim, Avandhayanto Jayanti Bhuvisantaha. So he starts with Santaha and ends with Santaha. So good people always respect their preceptors. So with this, I say the Taniyan of Sri Vedantadeshika, as usual. Kavita Hakkika Samhaya, Kalyana Gunashaline, Srimate Venkateshaya, Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Many people like the teachers when they finish in time. But the students must also come in time before the teacher arrives. So this is only an experience, good experience of Vyoma lab, because the courses are free. The courses are free. So please take them very seriously, whatever be the course. I'm not saying, see, Padukasahasram is more important than others, but the courses are free, and we are paid, and because you are not paying, therefore you must spend some useful time in your life. And we don't expect only old people in this session. We want the young ones, young people. Young people should be interested. I see in many places old people, but I'm not ready for people more than 60. in majority. Okay, so thank you very much for any questions. I am welcome. I'll just see the questions here. So the sticky is called resin. Yeah, it's called. There's another word also. You have answered the question about to ask. How can people sprout matted hair, which sadhus take so long to cultivate? You mean sprouting matted hair is not possible, but the available hair can be made matted. I was not aware that matted hair, in fact, can be one that should not take so long as I know. Please, can you also explain why the sons of Emperor Dasharatha did not shave their hair following his cremation? This is they are Kshatriyas. Don't imagine them that they are Dvijas, twice born. Though Kshatriyas can recite, read scriptures, understand scriptures, the privilege remains with. Yeah, you are raising your hand. Now I shall just read to you again who cremated him. Dasharatha refused permission for Bharata while he was alive, whereas Bharata had to do it. I checked in Ramayana, found out that Bharata and his mother were forbidden to cremate him by the emperor. Yes, previously, while emperor was alive, they were not permitted. But mother cannot, Kaikeyi cannot take the torch to torch the dead body. Only Bharata could do it. So Bharata did it. In spite of course, you don't say that he did not obey the father's command. So Pitruvakya Paripalanam na kritam iti ma dosham vadatu. Don't blame Bharata because that is because of anger. Emperor Dasharatha said it is because of extreme anger, because Bharata was responsible. I mean, he thought Bharata was responsible for Rama going to the forest, and he could not brook the separation from Rama even for 5 days. That is the reason why Emperor Dasharatha got angry, highly furious against Bharata. And as you know, children are not loved differently by parents. Please note. Bharata being the next eldest, he had to do it. And you must read Ramayana more closely, carefully, so that you will find that Bharata torched the dead body. Actually, the dead body was kept in gingerly oil for preservation, sesame oil for 5 days, and then it was later it was cremated. Actually, the ignominy, that is what we call the infamy of a king, any king in a country, is he has to go to the forest, live with his queen for some time as Vanaprastha ashrama. Then the next one is sannyasa ashrama. He must send the queen, the old aged queen, back to the son's care, and he must generally, as you say in Tamil, direct himself toward the northern direction, Vadakiruthalil. He must fast and give up his life. That is the normal procedure. Whereas Emperor Dasharatha was not so lucky. He died at home. That is very unfortunate. Though he was the father of the Almighty, and you know that Rama, as Vishnu, chose Dasharatha as his father. Pitaram rochayamasa Dasharatham nripam. That is the exact words of Ramayana, where you find that of all the incarnations, Rama chose Dasharatha as the father. Why? Dasharatha was a truthful man, to the core, to the end of his life. And therefore, so angry statements should not be cared for. Because in anger we may say anything that then, Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Bhagavad Gita. Kamat krodho vijayate. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammoha smriti vibhramaha. Smriti bhramshat buddhinasaha. Buddhinasat pranashyati. A chain reaction. It is enough if we have a desire. The desire will kindle emotion, namely the anger. The anger makes us ruined, finally. So don't take very seriously certain. So the Ramayana has to be understood for the ideas and the principles, and not to the exact practical actions of the characters. Please remember that. And again, coming to, please excuse time. Okay. So Deepthi, namaste. What I understand is Bharata brought a pair of sandals from Ayodhya, wear them, right? So he could take them back to Ayodhya and place them on the throne. Is this true? Right. You are right. As per my knowledge, what listened in childhood is Bharata requests Rama to return to kingdom. Rama rejects and gives his son. Now, this is what normally anybody would imagine. This is what a childhood story, because a child may not understand fully the repercussions of these kind of incidents. Therefore, a child is said a story, but don't blame the elders because they are not telling lies. They are not telling lies. And Rama is not without sandals. Though we blame Bharata. Oh, he snatched away the kingdom also from him by the second boon of Kaikeyi, and also he snatched away with his divine sandals also, so that Rama could had to tread on the what you call thorny path and hilly roads with the stones in between. No, please remember, understand it. So this is the clarification. Any more question? I think again, if you want Riti to ask further, please do orally.
Riti Mahodaya.
Right.
Dhanyavada Mahodaya. Namaste.
Yeah.
And
Namaste.
I feel very, very privileged that I have been able to attend these classes and to find out more, because I learned Sanskrit at a very late age.
Okay.
I was 67 when I first studied Sanskrit.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. And I depend on the English translation.
Right.
And most of this was from the Kanpur IIT basis. And you're having attended that lecture last week, I went back to check because I was curious. I said, who cremated Dasaratha then? Emperor Dasaratha. And I found out, yes, that it was just amazing how long I stood. I waited till 10 o'clock at night reading all about this, catching up with all of this that I didn't know, because I studied Ramayana Mahabharata in English translation in India when I was growing up. And Chakravarti Raja Gopalachari cut out a lot of the details. Shortcut, he wrote
in Tamil also called Chakravarti Tirumar.
So this is great. I really love these lectures because you explain so clearly and all the definitions, how they apply. And so please carry on like this. It's really, really good education. Thank you. Most grateful.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I hope I have answered the questions. Well, let us meet tomorrow.